Hello everyone, welcome back to the group. I'm Rachel Arazo, your intuitive divination mentor. Hi, and today we're going to be talking about why you don't trust your intuitive abilities. Because this is a big topic that I keep seeing pop up. Let's make sure that I'm live in the correct spot. Let's see. Move journal. Review. Hello! I made it only because I'm off. Yay! Wonderful. I have links that I need to make sure that I have for everybody. And typing up a lot of homework. Yes, because Maya joined the Academy today. Yay! Hi, Caitlin. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Happy Friday, everybody. How have you been this week? Because I've noticed that a lot of people have been having issues all this week, personal and not. And that's another reason that I wanted to do this kind of live stream today. Because everybody's feeling all kinds of funky. Okay. And Maya's famous for doing a lot of work and homework and posting it all later. Yes, which is okay. That's totally fine. What is it? I'm going to make sure that I have a link ready for everybody. So I'm going to be kind of funky here for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pull up comments. That'll make it easier. Funky is an understatement. Yeah, and I know for a lot of people that's a real understatement. I know this week, in case nobody knew, we're officially in Capricorn season, but on top of that, last week, Neptune started going retrograde at the same time as Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So now we have 4 planets in retrograde. And it's caused a lot of shifting. And if you aren't big on planets, here's an easy way to understand this. I talked about before in a live stream dealing with 3 retrogrades at the same time. So we have Zeus and Hades and Kronos all in a room, throwing a hissy fit and attempting to meditate together as things go crazy. But an extra thing on top of that, now we have Poseidon thrown in the mix, which, no offense to all the gods, but all of that energy in one room is making it really difficult for everybody. So that's another reason why, if you're feeling all kinds of off this week, that's why. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Malay. Yes, thank God it's Friday. Thank Goddess it's Friday. Thank everything it's Friday. Let's see. Crazy mood swings. Yeah, mood swings are off. I've noticed, because if we think about this in an astrological sense, Jupiter deals with our drive, right? And deals with travel. Kronos deals with time, or Kronos or Saturn. Saturn, we'll go with the planet. Deals with travel, and when it's in retrograde, we want to stick it to the man a lot. And then Pluto deals with death and rebirth, and natural cycles are ending. So if we throw in Neptune, which really brings things that aren't as they seem more to a head, your inventiveness goes down, a little bit of creativity gives some issues. If we throw all that together, it's causing this upsurge of people passing away. It's causing an upsurge of financial issues, issues with travel, delays for sure, especially because of Jupiter. It's been nutty. So, and technology. Can you see and hear me okay? Because of course my computer does not like this at all. That's really funky. Let me know, give me hearts or likes if you can see and hear me okay. Because my screen is frozen again, as usual. Let's see. Gotten lights and hearts. Okay, you can see me and hear me. Okay, that's all right. Hi, Amanda. Okay. So, because of all this funky energy that's been happening, and funky, like we were saying, is a really, really light way to put that. Yeah, Mary. Hi, Mary. Financials are at their worst this week. Yeah, everybody's having financial issues this week. And in turn, you have so many things going on right now. You might be losing friends and going through really bad breakups. I've been seeing that happen too this week, and it's been nasty. Things have really gone off the deep end for you. And if you're feeling this way, naturally, your intuitive abilities, feeling psychic, believing anything in yourself it's gone down. And it makes talking to your cards a lot harder when you're feeling that low vibe. It's making getting out of the slump that you feel you're in really, really hard. And it just makes everything so much more tedious and draining than it needs to be. Hi, Missy. I hope you're feeling good. So, I wanted to do this kind of live because I've noticed an upsurge of that, where people have been feeling really off about their abilities. They don't believe that they can do anything. There's this fear that's there. So, I remember being in a habit of, especially when I first started doing this, anytime things would be going for me, I'm on all cylinders. I'm meditating. I'm flowing. Maybe money's coming in, and I'm acing my classes because I was in college when I first started reading, and everything is flowing and it's good, and I don't feel tired. And then all of a sudden, I get hit with a jackhammer, and everything gets so much harder. It's hard for me to connect to my cards. I just want to throw the deck against the wall. Or it's hard for me to understand the lines on my hand, or if I'm crazy, hearing sounds and smelling things that aren't there. And it's all my abilities, and I have no clue what in the world's going on. And I remember feeling crazy like that. I remember feeling super doubtful, and even sometimes now I will get doubtful. So, like, for example, this week personally, I have been doing, my academy students really know, I've been working on really taking control of my energy. I've been focusing on meditating and moving around every day to get my body under control and to get my energy under control, because I believe that if I'm going to continue really focusing coaching on unlocking your abilities in easy everyday ways and taking care of your health and your spiritual health in easy ways, I need to not just talk the talk, I need to walk the walk. So I'm applying the same things to myself. And this week it's been really hard to actually have my brain be quiet enough to meditate. Or to remember to fill in the bubbles on my logbook. I still have to do that. And it's difficult because you set this standard for yourself on, I'm totally going to get this done. Things are flowing. I am expecting things to get better for me. I'm expecting money to flow. I'm expecting these insights to start pouring in, and I'm going to feel tuned in, tapped in, turned on. I'm going to be feeling amazing. And then it doesn't happen. Or you feel extra tired or weirdly sore for some reason. That's been my body all week. I've been weirdly sore. Because of all the changes. Or maybe you're a weather person. Like here in Colorado, we've been getting the baseball size hail again like last year. And it's happened a couple times out here. So it's like, it can be a number of things that just make your intuition feel off its game. And it's perfectly natural. You're human. That's going to happen. You're not going to be 100% high vibe all the time. And we live in an age where people either are really beating up on other people that like to take control of their energy like that and think it's all crazy and woo-woo and all that. And then there's others that are kind of in this new agey, oh, I got up and I ate kale for breakfast and I lost 15 pounds today and I am flowing and one with the universe and I'm this way every day. When that is not the case. It is okay to be in the middle ground. It's okay for your cards to make sense one day and then the next day you have no clue what they're talking about. It's okay to feel tuned in and feel the energy flow and do an altar for your goddesses and feel on point for your abilities and get your body moving and you feel great and you're like, yeah, I could exercise another 45 minutes. I feel great. And then the next not so much. And maybe that next day lasts a couple weeks or a month or however long you're just in an energy slump. And that is okay. But part of the way to fix that is to acknowledge it first. Anybody understand what I'm talking about here? Let's see. Amanda, I don't feel like doing anything for me for a while. I'm taking care of my husband post-surgery. Yeah, you might have family members that are going through that. And I've been seeing what's been happening with you, Amanda. Hang on. Let there be light. It's getting dark outside because it's going to rain. I've been keeping up with that. I hope he heals. And I hope things get better for you, because I know things are in a rough spot for you. I know Caitlin's in a rough spot. Missy's in a rough spot. Everybody's in a rough spot right now. So I hope everybody heals and feels better and things start flowing more for you. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, Amanda says it's hard for me to get out of those slumps. Yep, it can be very hard, especially if mentally you have been diagnosed with any kind of disorders like depression, bipolar. In my family, it's hereditary. My mother was, she still is, bipolar and manic depressive. And then my father was manic depressive and I inherited both. So it happens for me. Plus postpartum depression hit postpartum anxiety hit after my daughter was born, and I still deal with that sometimes. So I get it. Sometimes those slumps can be really hard to get out of. Hi, Anna. Little late, but was spending Midsummer's Eve with daughter and mom. That's okay. I hope you had a wonderful Midsummer's Eve. Mary says, no interest in anything. Can't get into a book. Want to make a necklace, but after I set things up, I don't want to do it anymore. Totally get that. Hi, Leonie. Getting back on the horse tomorrow night. Yeah. As long as you're attempting it and acknowledging it. That's my big thing right now. Yes, Malay. But I can embrace the happy days as well as the shitty ones. Exactly. And that's a big part, is, first of all, we have acknowledged, okay, there's a problem. There's an issue with my abilities, and my belief is the biggest thing. I just don't have the energy for it. I don't trust myself anymore. And why don't you trust yourself? So, like I was saying, perhaps because things are going great, and then all of a sudden they dip. And instead of trying to figure out the itty-bitty pieces, like the little things, and ease yourself back into it, you immediately throw yourself back into doing a giant ritual, or into booking 10 free readings for your friends with no equal energy exchange. And then you feel tired, you're not on point, you're giving wrong cards, you're not connecting like you want to, and you just feel off. And the problem there is in trusting your intuition and in trusting your abilities. This is why easing into it after you have had a long period of not doing anything is much better than throwing yourself in full horse. You are going to beat yourself up. You're going to be upset with yourself, and you're going to make yourself much lower, even lower than you were before, because you're going to be beating your personal self up. Working on believing in yourself and being confident with you, even if it's only a little bit of confidence, is what's going to help. So, focusing on that first. You need to start believing in yourself. And that's why the trust isn't there in your abilities. That's why if you don't think you can do anything mundane, what makes you then when it comes to actually doing anything woo-woo or spiritual or anything like that. You're going to feel like you're just complete crap, which isn't the case, but that's how you're going to feel. Let's see. Mary said bad flare pain this week. That too, if you're having chronic chronic disorders and you have pain throughout the week, that's going to bring you right back out of your element too. Anna, raining, but yesterday was really awesome. Yesterday I'll have our days and longer periods of up and downs. Amanda says, and for some reason this Shark Week is the worst I've ever had in my life. Yeah, I'm on Shark Week too. Mother Nature decided to come knock on my uterus and is now punching the hell out of it. It happens. And it's a part of your natural energy and flow and cycle. So I'm going to help you combat this with chakras, with chakra work. For those who don't know chakras and haven't heard of it, I kind of gave a little bit of an introduction this week in the long post on Monday, where I talked about when I first found out about chakras. So give me hearts or likes if you've ever heard of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love that show. I will quote it back and forth. I love it entirely. And it was a kid's show on Nickelodeon. It came out when I was in middle school. Yeah, 8th grade. That shows how young I am. And I watched it all through high school. I was excited when they came out with the second series for Legend of Korra in my senior year. I was so excited. And it tells a story of basically the world being based on 4 different elements. And how one person, the Avatar, balances all of them in their body. And they alone have the power to balance all the elements. And you learn about the origins, you see all the techniques, it's all martial arts based. So like Tai Chi is water bending. And really the people that are able to bend the elements have that spark within themselves, and they each have their own attributes. And as tarot readers, you'll really appreciate understanding the show in the different elements, because the earthbenders are very rigid and they're pentacles and they have a giant Beijing type city. And then the waterbenders are very free flowing. They live at the north and south poles where it's coldest, and the airbenders are monks, and firebenders are pretty much where the United States is. Which is the easiest way to put that. And there's this big old conflict. It was fun seeing a kid's show introduce chakras. And because at the end of the season 1 finale, the Avatar goes to this guru that says he can teach him how to master the Avatar state, which, to put in our terms, it's his full connection to the divine. He's connected to his higher self. It's when you're at your most powerful and manifesting and connecting to your guides. It's how he talks to all of his past lives, because this show is heavy on the past life work. And that's when he's at his most vulnerable, but also at his most powerful. And if he can learn how to turn it on and off, so basically turn on and off your connection to the divine, then he's unstoppable. He knows how to work with it. So they name the chakras differently. So instead of the root chakra, it's the earth chakra, because it's at the base of the spine, things like that. And it teaches you very basically how to go through it. And when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I'll sit here and I'll meditate with Aang. I'll go through this. And we went from the root up to the top, and feeling that energy surge in my body helped get me out of that low period. Because at that time, I had some family members that were going through multiple suicide attempts. I was in high school. I was the burly chick in high school with the leather jacket that punched you in the face and didn't do anything else about it. And I wanted happiness. I wasn't very happy all the time. I didn't have much in the way of friends, any of that, because I was very sheltered growing up. So feeling that connection to my body and feeling those fears release, and all the lies I would tell myself about how I wasn't good enough, how I didn't deserve to have anything manifesting and wonderful in my life, it was wonderful to have that experience, to go through those chakras and release it in such an easy way. I was watching TV And I was following along with an animated character that had a hell of a lot more going on for him, like death and entire races being wiped out and things like that. But it made it relatable, because he was like 12 years old and dealing with all this really heavy adult stuff. And I felt a kinship with that, because I was going through the same thing. And he got to the crown, which, for those that don't know the chakra system, the main chakras everybody focuses on are the 7 that run up and down the spine. We have 400 plus all over our body. Anywhere there's an acupuncture point, there's a chakra point. And he got to the crown, which connects you to your divine. And he was halfway through, and he got a vision of the girl that he loves being in danger. And that was his earthly attachment, was making sure she was safe. He didn't care about anything else in the world, just making sure she was safe. And when it comes to the crown, you have to be able to see that there's a difference between your higher self, or your full potential as a person. So for those who believe in multiverse theory and that there's many different versions of us that all accomplish so many different things that we can call on, and the ability to call on angels and spirit guides and our ancestral guides and everything like that, and deities. If you have this attachment to everything needing to be physical, you needing to be able to control everything, you have a hard time with your crown. And a lot of people do. So he couldn't do it. And it pissed me off. Because I was like, I don't care. Let me have it. Like, I'm ready. Why isn't the show continuing? Of course it's not, because he ran off and went somewhere else. And so I set off on my own course to do it. I went to Japan my 8th grade year and studied tea ceremonies and did Tai Chi in Beijing in 2012. In China, and we went to the Forbidden City and did Tai Chi under the trees, and we went through Tiananmen Square, and I just studied the culture. We went to lamasteries, and I meditated in the lamasteries. I still have the incense from going. A lot of the fans you see in the background, like these two, they're from my trip. Except for the one up top. That one I got local. And so it became a big part of what I do, and chakra work became a huge part of what I do. And I discovered, as I was reading tarot and as I was learning and discovering myself through divination and psychic abilities, chakra work, when you apply it, it helps bring those low periods back up. Because if you can focus on, okay, where am I feeling a lack? Which of my centers is off? And then give attention to it, it helps bring your vibe up. And even after sitting there doing a meditation with it, or doing a couple of exercises that I'm going to talk to you about, will really bring you out of that funk, and it will connect you to your abilities more. It'll give you a stronger belief in your psychic abilities more, and it'll make your entire just absolute well-being and this connection to your purpose of being this wonderful reader and being this spiritual practitioner so much easier and so much more fulfilling. Do I have everybody so far? Let me see. Maya says, my daughter, 25, was into it, so I've seen a few snippets here and there. Yeah, I really recommend watching the show for anybody. The box sets are out. They don't ever have it on Netflix or on Hulu. But it's really, really good. Missy, I love that show. Never missed an episode. Me too. I love it. I love it so much. Missy, I was so upset when he didn't finish The Crown. Me too. It irritated me. I'm like, come on, Aang, you'll be okay. Just doesn't mean you gotta. The thing he couldn't understand, was they got to the heart chakra, and he had been dealing with so much grief because his race was wiped out, but he found love through the girl that ended up in danger. So he was like, 4 chakras ago, it was good for me to love this person. Now I have to let her go. And it wasn't the way that he was thinking it. It's more like, it's okay for you to love her and to have her a part of your life. But you need to be able to understand that you can't control everything around that love in order to keep her safe. And he was having a disconnect. So when it comes to chakra work, a lot of people, this is a high energy stuff. This is the more advanced type of energy work. So if you have questions as we go along with this and you have issues trying to understand it, please feel free to let me know. Because the reason why I say it's advanced is because you are dealing strictly with your energy. It's like EFT tapping, how you are tapping on pressure points on your body in order to access your thoughts about a certain situation and reprogram your energy. Chakras are very much the same way, because we are energetic beings. Energy flows through us and all around us. That's why we have electrical impulses in our body. We feel low energy, high energy, everything like that. Chakras, think of them as pools of energy that collect around specific ideals and specific functions. Like the organs in your body have specific functions, so do chakras. They each have specific functions based on their placement. And depending on how open and free-flowing or closed and stagnant each of these energy centers are, that will determine the flow of your natural energy. So let's say you have a lot of fear in your body or in your beliefs about working with spirits and mediumship, and you feel like you're a natural medium because it's very easy for you to talk to spirits, but you're afraid you'll be possessed or something's going to follow and possess your house and you have a poltergeist and things are going to go wrong. Valid fear for people who have never done that before. That is a root chakra issue. That's the base of your spine, because that deals in security, foundations, and structure. You want things to stay structured inside the little box you have made for yourself. So, because that is off, it's going to be harder for you to connect, because the energy comes from the feet up. We draw it from Mother Earth and it comes up through our feet and comes up through all the chakras. It's going to be so much harder for that energy to come up through your crown and go talk to spirits and deal with it, because it doesn't matter how good your communication is, doesn't matter how much you want it in your solar plexus. If that root is closed, the connection isn't going to flow. Okay? Another thing that is a problem, especially with readers that really want to help other people with what they do, they put so much focus on their third eye. Now, your third eye does hold your intuition. It deals with illusions. So if you continually keep telling yourself, I'm a horrible reader, I'm never going to get this, I can't see this as other people do, there must be something wrong with me. Instead of trying to figure out that block, you're putting up a wall for yourself, and your intuition isn't going to talk as loudly because your ego is talking more, not your intuition. So, in turn, it's going to be harder for you to connect in a reading. Your abilities are going to be a lot more faint, and they're not going to disappear, they're just going to be really, really faint, because you're not working at it. You're just continually adding more layers of brick on top of your third eye. So that's basically what's happening. Anytime you tell that to yourself that you don't trust in your abilities, you're messing with the energy flow in your body. And it doesn't feel good, because the true person, your higher self, the person that has all their chakras lined up, they know how strong you are, the version of yourself that you want to be, knows that that's a lie. But there's a disconnect between your physical body and your spiritual body, so it causes dissonance, and it causes a lack in energy flow, and you're not going to connect very well. Does that make sense? Let's see. The film's on Netflix. Oh no. Leone. There is a Last Airbender movie. Don't watch the movie, watch the show. The movie is completely off base. It's a really, really poor adaptation. If you separate it from the series, maybe it's okay, but watch the series and you will be good. Anna, and watching too many movies or paranormal shows and getting caught up on the scary stuff, all the talk about demons, possessions, evil stuff and all. Exactly, yeah. And I'm not saying there's not a good thing with keeping those things in mind, because when you deal with research and you deal with expanding your knowledge, you are bettering yourself and your energy, because you're putting more in and you're benefiting from everything that you put into yourself, and that causes a better experience when you project out. But think of it this way. If you think of an electric cable that syncs up to a telephone tower, if there's a knot in the cable, the energy's not going to flow very well and there's going to be an issue with connection. Or if there's a break in the line somewhere, it's not going to cause a clear connection, and that's how you get fuzziness on the phone call and you can't make your connection right. Same thing goes with your abilities. If you have knots in your energy, you have blocks, sometimes that will cause a disconnect in your flow and you won't be able to connect. It also depends on where you're projecting from. That's how come every time I would do the activations in this group, I'm saying I'm basically Care Bear staring it out. I'm using my heart chakra to send it. I'm not going to send it through my third eye because it's putting tingles. That's putting too much pressure on my third eye. My heart chakra is so much stronger. So when it's coming from a place of love and healing, it's going to literally come out. And the reason also why chakra work is personally so much better for using your intuitive abilities and for making your psychic ability stronger is because when you master the energy flow of your body, when you pay attention to your spiritual self-care in that sense, it helps everything flow so much more. And it helps you to better turn on and turn off your abilities. Like put up that open and close sign if you're dealing with spirits. It helps you distinguish which is my intuition and which is just me being doubtful of myself. And you're able to manifest everything you want in your life so much more, so those money troubles start flowing away. Having a stable, safe home is more attainable for you. Finding just stability and security in your life is so much better and so much easier, you know? Hi, Erica. Amanda, if you concentrate on the third eye, the mountain is upside down and will topple over. That's a very good way to put it. Yeah, the movie was a big disappointment. I'm not gonna watch it. So that's what we're really gonna be focusing on over this month and next month. And the reason being is starting on the 16th of July, we're going to be doing a 7-week chakra realignment challenge in the Corona Academy. And for those that don't know what that is, that's my online divination school. And part of the psychic course involves a lot of chakra work. I take you through what they each mean. And we're going to spend a week per main chakra, and we're really going to realign it. So to prepare everybody, we're going to be doing a couple of workshops to get you started with that. We'll go through a third eye activation. I'll teach you the basics of chakras, everything like that. And the whole point is to make everyone in here a master of their own energy and to get it all flowing. So for those that want to be a part of the, that want to do the workshops here, you'll greatly benefit because you know me, I do my easy everyday ways that you can do things. But then on top of that, for those that want to take part in the academy, which is now just $47 a month, or $197 if you want to buy the course right out, then you get the benefit of making your energy so much more secure. You're taking care of your spiritual health so much more, and you're feeling more well, and you're feeling more on point with what you want to do. So you not only benefit from the workshops here in the group, but then you get my one-on-one attention in the realignment challenge. So, and it allows also, when you reprogram your energy from the bottom up, if you start at the physical plane and then work your way up to the top, you'll feel it. It's like it's like a high-tuned Reiki activation, how just the body, you get the tingles, and you'll feel your energy flowing so much more, and the information, you just soak it in like a sponge, and it actively happens, manifesting the things that you want to happen for your practice and for your life. Boom! So quick. And just taking control of your energy, not only does that make your intuition perk up and be like, hey, they're taking it seriously, but talking to your guides and your angels and everything else is a lot easier because they can see the effort you're putting into it, and coming up with and figuring out the meanings of your cards and all your modalities that you're doing, so much easier because you are mastering your own energy. So it's boom, so much easier. Let's see. Kimberly says, I worked really hard for a time to see the spirit and was frustrated when it wasn't working. Then one day I spontaneously imagined what it would be like to see a spirit, and I saw a clear image of an older woman standing in my closet facing the back wall. I immediately got a chill and realized maybe it wasn't working because I unconsciously didn't want it to. Exactly, there was a fear there, and wondered if that woman was real. Yeah. When it comes to our abilities, that's a very valid point. If you want to get the insight and you want to see the spirits and you want to see your spirit guide and you want all these amazing abilities, but then the back of your mind, you're thinking of the sixth sense. It's like, I see dead people and how terrifying that was. And that's what you consistently think of. It's not going to happen. Also, it's a matter of time. Are you giving yourself enough time? Because the universe doesn't work on your clock. Okay, it's going to move based on the energy you put behind a thought or a want. But if it runs into a wall, it's going to keep hitting that wall until you clear it out of the way. So you got to make sure that that energy flow is open, and you got to clear those fears out. That's why we're going to start at the base. Get rid of the fears. There's going to be probably some crying on my part and everybody else's part. We're going to clear all that out, and we're going to work our way up. Okay? Because all of it's so important, and it's going to, by the time we get to the solar plexus, everybody's going to be manifesting so many things. It's going to be amazing. I love it. Erica, so interesting you're talking about intuition. I just had an intuitive reading done, and she told me my guides want me to trust my intuition a lot more. A bit of self-doubt lately. Yeah, and it's not just you, Erica. A lot of people are. And that's a really common thing. People will go to readers and they'll say, yeah, your guides want to talk to you. They got stuff to tell you, which is true. Your guides always have things to tell you. But it's a matter of that fear. What's going to happen if I let that insight in? Are they going to tell me I'm going to die? Or is everything going to go downhill? Is my house going to be possessed? Am I going to be possessed? How different is my life going to be? And all that fear is going to come up. And then it comes up to, am I worthy of having these abilities? Am I worthy of talking to these divine beings that want to help me? Why do they want to help me? What's the good thing about me? And then it comes up to, what if I talk to my great-grandmother and I still kind of miss her sometimes? I still kind of grieve for her sometimes. Is that what are they going to think of me if I'm actively working on my psychic abilities and they didn't approve while they were alive? What would they do now? And it just, you get all these doubts and fears based off of your different energy centers, and you're not going to connect. And it's because there's so much holding you back. And that's why, especially now, a lot of my one-on-one sessions, we focus specifically on, okay, what's keeping you from accessing your intuition, and then let's clear that out the way. Let's move it away. And let's start you off slow. And then when you pick up speed, then it's going to be so much easier to clear those blocks for you, you know? But accessing your intuition is all the way up here. That's one step from talking to your spirit guides. If you have an issue down in your stomach, that's a bunch of steps in between getting to your intuition. Okay, so that's a very, very good point. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Erica. Let's see, Mary says, I would love to take classes, but as a senior citizen with a limited budget, I cannot commit to monthly payments. I wish there was a way to pay course by course. There is, Mary. Yeah, the way that I have it set up now for the Academy, because I realized that there was an issue with people immediately wanting to throw themselves into the work, and it would be too hard to keep up with it, is either it's $47.77 a month for a membership, or you can pay $197 per course, and you own the course, and you're a part of it. Super easy. It's you get to pick between those two options. There's not a million different options now. We're making it nice and clean cut. And then after that, even when you grab that, you get the support group with me. You have the option to coach with me, because I'm only going to give coaching opportunities now to people in the Academy. And it's going to be a lot more flowing. The energy is more structured now. Let's see. Amanda says, I'm such a crier. Yeah, me too. And it's going to all be good tears. Tears of release. Girl, you just had a spirit moving in your camera. Most likely. It might have been my Oma. I was talking about her. That great-grandmother thing was real. Like, yeah. It might have been Oma. I'll watch the replay and see what happens. I thought I saw something right here. But, so this is what we're going to be talking about for the next couple months. Because I want you to prepare your energy. Because this year is going to be really intensive with that. I have a lot of things planned out for the end of this year, especially because my palmistry course for the Academy is launching in January. So I'm preparing your energy now so you know where things are flowing. So later on, you're just a sponge and it's so much easier to do things. So ways that you can work on your chakras right now. I mentioned earlier this week meditation. And when you talk to me about meditation, I don't mean sitting uncomfortably in a chair, really rigid, and your back is all uncomfortable, and your hands are in a funky position that you can't hold for very long because your hands hurt, and you're going, ugu goi wei fighty zao. I don't mean that. Okay, I mean noticing how you're breathing for a couple of seconds without changing it. I've meditated. Very easy. Or you grab a mala. I know Missy here, she might still be here watching the stream. She makes malas. She makes custom malas. Use a mala. I use it every day. I still need to grab one of Missy's. And I use affirmations and bloop, 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 bloop. And that keeps me nice and focused because I'm giving my mind something to focus on. Only instead of my breath, I'm having it focus on my words and how many counts I am. Use that. But use some kind of meditation and it's like a defragging for your computer, only it's for your spiritual body. Okay? It's focusing on that. Another thing. Boop. Hi, Anna. I got your message. I'll answer in a second. Another thing that you can do that's very, very easy. Look at everybody knows the image of the 7 chakras running up and down your body. Make the color of the chakra that you feel you're having issues with the focus of what you're going to do. So, for the longest time, because I was in a religiously strict household and I wasn't allowed to say anything, I had issues with my throat. So what did I love to do? I love to sing. That's part of the reason why I'm operatically trained. And musical theater is my favorite. And anything having to do with singing is my absolute best. But the more restricted I was with talking, the smaller and smaller my range got. And then when I actively started wearing blue and using blue crystals and eating blue food and wearing blue clothes and embracing blue, my range has gotten better and better and better. So I don't crack as much as I used to. And I'm getting my voice back. I love it so much. You can do this in all kinds of ways, and we're going to talk about all kinds of really easy tips that you can use to enhance your energy and to trust your intuition more and to really take control of your practice with chakra work. Part of that is going to be doing the a Introduction to Chakra Works workshop that is going to be happening next month on the 16th. So 3 days before we do the Chakra Realignment Challenge, we're going to have a workshop to introduce everybody to chakras and to get you off on the right foot. I just put a link to the sign up. I'll make an event for it here in the group. But you're going to get a wonderful workbook as normal. You might get a tarot spread or a pendulum spread, because I do have those, for your chakras. And we're going to really uncover all of your doubts with it. And we're going to keep talking about doubts that you have about your practice. And we're going to be really working through mastering your energy for the next 2 months, because you're going to need it for the Witch's New Year. Yes, drinking blueberry green tea. That takes care of both your heart and your throat. Wonderful, Missy. Malas help me keep focus. Yes. I tie affirmations and malas into each knot. Yes, that's why I grab one from Missy. Because they're natural stone and they're beautiful and, oh, I want one. Kimberly, I make malas. Yes, you make malas too. Hi, Amandine. Yep, and chakras, yes. Chakras were a part of your homework for your psychic action session. Let's see. And I'm going to pin that comment up to the top. That way everybody can find it. Missy, yes, sound healing is also great. I know a while back when Missy was doing her own chakra personal challenge, she was posting it here in the group, so feel free to look through the group. We have lots of resources already for it. I know I've posted blog posts for it. It's really wonderful. So does anybody have questions about chakras? Because we're going to be talking about this a lot this month. And we're going to be helping you figure out the key to getting rid of that fear and listening to your inner child more, and just making you a more powerful reader in an energetic sense, because it's at the point where, for example, because I do so many one-on-one sessions and readings now, if I get on the phone with a client and they're just like, I don't know what to do right now, I will get up right in the heart and I'm like, ooh, you're hurting. What's the matter? Because my empathic side is just like, oh, they've got a lump here. Or because I'm a Reiki practitioner, as I go over someone's body, long distance or in person, and I fix their energy, well, not fix, but I ease their energy back into alignment, I will feel where the blocks are and just how funky they feel, and just making it so much easier for them to just flow again, you know? It can be used in so many different ways. How do you know which ones are blocked? That's a really wonderful question. So, it bases a lot on how you're interacting. So, for example, if you have a hard time manifesting money, or if you have a hard time holding on to anything, you don't live in a very stable environment, you're not very stable, you keep flitting from idea to idea in a desperation mode, your root is off. In extreme cases, you will see bodily functions be off in that area. So imagine if your root chakra, base of your spine, is off. You're probably going to have the runs, to put it very frank. Your intestines aren't going to be very happy. Your solar plexus is off, which deals with your willpower and your personal drive and the furnace of your body. You'll have a stomach ache. You might have liver issues. If you're not putting good things into your furnace for it to build, for it to burn, like alcohol and hardcore drugs and things like that, your solar plexus is going to be off and you're going to have some stomach problems. If you are prone to headaches, or specifically migraines, you have an issue with your third eye. If you are prone to sore throats, like I was growing up, you have a throat issue, or if you have issues speaking up and standing your ground, right here. If you find yourself continually crying and grieving for the past and how things used to be, heart. Think of how an action is and how you feel with it, and that will tell you the area of your body that you're having issues. They are all over your hands and everything, so if you have issues projecting what you want, you might have issues in your hands. There's all kinds of different ways. I also feel them energy using Reiki. Yeah, if you're a Reiki practitioner, you actively use your hands a lot. So anytime you do Biosyn scan for yourself or anyone else, that will tell you where the blocks are. Lena, hi Reese, hi. Hi Lena. Let's see. Amanda had more, but I want to make sure. Okay, or more, if you feel that multiple ones are blocked, how do you know which ones to work on first? The good idea is to start at the bottom and work your way up. But if, for example, if you have immediate issues with manifesting what you want, go to the furnace. Go to your solar plexus. If you want to maintain what you're manifesting, start at your root. If you have an immediate problem, so let's say you have a job interview that day and you're worried you're going to stumble over your words when you get into the interview room, wear lots of blue and then a little bit of yellow for confidence. Think of your color correspondences for witchcraft and for spell work the same way as your chakras. They mesh so much. And we're going to go over it in much, much more detail when we get to the workshop. Yeah, basically, Amanda. Start at your bottom, hun. But you're in the academy, so we're going to work on that during the realignment challenge. Lena, sorry I'm missing the live. I'm at mom's watching Swiss football team being spanked by Serbia. That's okay. That's okay. Go on and have fun. A lot of people have messy chakras, and your chakras are going to move in and out of alignment. This is just going to teach you how to fix it or how to shift it back to a stable spot once it's out of alignment, because it can be too big. And it can change your body shape. So for like example, I notice a lot of readers are more heavy set, especially in the stomach area, because that's where your solar plexus is, and we feel the need to nurture other people. We also have a Queen of Cups thing going on where we want to nurture other people and our cup gets empty. So lots of things like that. What we will get more in detail as we go through the workshop. So any other questions, and we will take care of everything. Like I said, for those that want to come to the workshop, I pinned the post for you to go ahead and join. And as always with the workshops, only those that sign up will be able to get the replay. Because it's through Thinkific, you just make a really quick free account and sign up to the course. It's a course. You sign up to the workshop, and then afterward, the replay and the workbook and all the extra goodies that you'll get will be uploaded into the workshop for you to access at your leisure. Stop talking about me. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Blessed Litha or Yule, depending on the side of the world that you are on. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And if you are interested in joining the Academy so you can be a part of the 7-week chakra challenge and not just the workshops here in this group, message me. It's $47.77 a month or $197 per course. So let me know. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.